Hey, welcome back
Hi.
to another video.
Hello.
And congratulations on your latest accomplishment, or one of them, because you've had a lot in the last 24 to 48 hours. Actually, like the last week, really. You've had some tremendous accomplishments and success.
My foot just slipped.
Even with the
grippy
nipples.
things, gripper nipples.
Gripper nipples.
Gripper nipples. Oh God, don't. There's no back to this. You just fling me off the chair.
Now, I guess for clarification purposes, why are we holding microphones while we're sitting in front of microphones? And the short answer is because I wanted to use this as a distraction to draw your attention to something other than the video, to get you talking in the comments and increased engagement. No, not really.
Not really.
We are about to do a podcast, and I'm still getting set up here.
Yeah.
So, and we got Max here with us. So, not completely set up, but I wanted to record this real quick because you sent a message to the group that you just hit 1 million views on a video that
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks. So that's 2 weeks now. Let's see here. Let's do.
I like how you've kind of made it very difficult for yourself to get to anything.
I'm like trapped in here, and I got some questions for you about the simple question, I guess, being, how do you do it? How do you get 1 million views? But you have 100 and how many subscribers now?
160, just almost 163,000.
63?
163,000.
Are you sure?
I think.
Just 163?
Hold on, wrong channel.
I thought it was more.
No, it's at 162,410 right now.
Okay, so we'll do 163. Or we'll do 162. And let's see here, 162, and you got 1 million views. So, I mean, that's almost 7 times more. Make sure I do this right.
I thought you were trying to figure out how many views per day that was, so I thought you were just going to divide by 14.
You know, that's a good question. So, 6.17 times.
So I 6x'd my...
Over 6x'd your
view
views
to
to subscriber count in 2 weeks. Now, the views per, you said day? See, that's interesting because it fluctuates and it varies.
It does, but I'd take the average. Because it started off really strong and then it slowed down, and then out of nowhere, it was getting 100,000 views again in 48 hours.
No, you're right. You're right. Even the days that you didn't upload.
The days I didn't upload is when it took off harder.
Yeah. So, again, congratulations.
Thank
you. Job well done. You want
thanks.
to? You wanted that so bad.
The Karen Nate high five.
So yeah, next I just got to make you coffee and bring it to you in bed. Except you're drinking tea.
I'm drinking tea now.
But either way, interestingly enough, I come across these different YouTubers and these videos and these talks and discussions and these podcasts, and even myself. I put up a video just the other day, and odds are no one watched it. That's pretty much par for the course. No one watched it, and if they did, they probably didn't understand it, based on the comments I received. The system is rigged. I quit. Now, in this video, I went in and discussed and explained, as I was interrupted multiple times by them doing tours in my studio.
How dare they?
And one of the women, she walked in, she goes, "Are you doing a podcast?" I was like, yes, I am. Or I was.
Exactly.
But I explained in that video some things that I noticed with YouTube and with the algorithm and growing channels. And I think what I'll do is I actually want to pull up that video and read some of the comments. Where is that video? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Read some of the comments. And let's see here. Okay, this one stood out. "This is why I've quit several platforms. I didn't understand at first. Then when a friend of mine explained it all, and I was blown away how it's all set up as a system for all of YouTubers to be set on limitations." What do you think about that?
I don't think it's accurate. I think that
I think you're right.
I think there will be limitations in certain things, possibly, but I think it's kind of luck of the draw, if you will.
I think you're right. You know, but that's the thing. There's this, you know, you'll miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Like I can get 1 million views on this video, and then the next one I can get 11,000 views. So.
But also, I said that once before, and a friend of mine, Rich Johnson, he says, the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Which is true. Consistency is key.
So if I go off of that, if I go off of the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Mm-hmm.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Mm-hmm.
And I read this comment that says, this is why I've quit. Well, I guess you'll never get lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you'll never get lucky.
Yep.
Let's see here. If you go somewhere else, let us know. But I'll be looking for you. God be with you and your entire family. Appreciate that, Wilson. Wilson's Floor Sanding. Sounds like a business. Hopefully you are promoting your business on
with that name.
Your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
This one says, I quit also today. Actually, Kevin and Michelle, so they included you.
Thanks.
Yes, I need your videos. They help me so much. Becky Drake is probably one of the select few who actually listen to my videos and pay attention to them. Thank you for sharing. Daniel asked, is Kevin what does he mean by that? Kevin staging?
Did you show the interruptions in your video of the people walking through?
Not really. I mean, I paused it.
Uh-huh.
They might have, I guess, yeah, so I guess they might have seen it. And Sarah, she's always upbeat and cheerful, providing positive motivation to continue creating these videos. But besides that, I came across Nate Black, who is a YouTube coach. I'll call him a YouTube coach. Mm-hmm. And he says, your videos are invisible. Mm-hmm. If you're doing this, no one will find your videos. Roast. Now, here's the interesting thing about Nate Black. Nate Black has 29.1 thousand subscribers. And his video, he's a YouTube coach, but his views are consistently dropping as he's trying to coach people on how to get more views and get their videos seen. What do you think about that?
It's the same thing I said forever. It's like the equivalent of going to the gym and wanting to get in shape, and they send you to a personal trainer who's obese and severely overweight and out of shape. You might know what needs to be done, but if you're not doing it yourself, I don't really want the advice from you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Nate Black is great, and I don't know if it's
we're not knocking Nate Black.
No, not at all. And I don't know if it's that he's not accurate with the way the algorithm is going these days, or if it's just because not as many people are searching for ways to make YouTube work, so his views aren't going where they should be going. Because you're looking, he's a very specific niche. If you like comedy sketches, you're not going to watch Nate Black. If you like true crime, you're not going to watch Nate Black.
What you're saying, it's interesting that you put it that way. What you're saying is that to get 1 million views, you got, roughly, assuming no one watched it more than once, 1 million people interested in your video. Whereas from the coaching standpoint, 1 million people aren't interested in how to get more views.
No.
Because most of them are interested in seeing the content created, not how the sausage is made, basically.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
So it's harder for folks like Nate Black to get more views because less people are interested in getting more views.
Less people are trying to think about it this way. Less people are trying to figure out exactly how to do it, and they're just doing it on their own. They're not asking somebody else. They're just doing it their own way. But again,
there's more people who want to watch than want to create.
Yes, that's what I think.
Think Media has a channel called Think Media Podcast. They have 140,000 subscribers, and his live stream says how to get more views on YouTube. This works. Which is strange because Think Media Podcast is a spinoff from Think Media, which is over 2 million subscribers. Again, a content creator channel focused on helping YouTubers grow. But if this works, shouldn't they have more views?
In theory.
If
No.
this works, shouldn't they have more views than the channel that has, I don't know, a fifth of their subscribers who got more views than them? Like, how does this work? How do you get 1 million views?
I think it just depends on what you're talking about and who's actually interested in it. Like, I don't think there's any right or wrong on anything, but again, that's a very niched down live stream for people who want to know that specific thing. And I think more people are going to YouTube right now to be entertained than they are to learn how to do anything. It used to be the how-tos and the whatevers were the main search topics and the main things people were making, and now it's become more entertainment. YouTube TV is a thing for a reason. It's not YouTube how-to. They didn't call it YouTube how-to. They called it entertainment, YouTube TV.
I can attest to that because I don't really get a warm response from the viewers in the comment section who think they're going to be entertained and then are then educated in my videos. They don't like that.
Well, I don't get warm responses from a lot of people whether they are entertained or educated. It doesn't matter because they suck, but it's fine. I mean, it's fine. Not everybody's going to like everybody. It is what it is. One lady commented on our 2.0 live stream. It says, just because you're married to a black man doesn't mean you have to talk ghetto. And I was like, ma'am, just go kick rocks. I don't understand because I said what had happened. And I'm like, obviously she's never seen Will Smith in any movie he's ever been in where he constantly says, what had happened was, which is why I did it. And
ghetto is black? Is that what she said?
According to that racist lady, yes. Yeah. I want to be like, ma'am, your racism is showing, but instead I just hit her from the channel because I don't have time for idiots.
Now, that is interesting because that's another way to get 1 million views, is to gain the attention of others, not necessarily
in
good,
a positive way,
in a negative way, but also gain the attention of others to then promote you. So it's like you want to rank up in somebody's comment, and then it helps you grow your channel. Who knows, whatever. We've seen that strategy implemented from time to time.
Yeah,
but I think it also kind of helps if the channel that you're trying to rank up with is actually worth anything. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just saying, like, there's some channels that are obviously on a trajectory for growth and are favored by the algorithm. And there are others that are not on that trajectory for growth. So why waste your time? But also, I said many times before, views and subscribers don't really matter. They really don't. If your goal is actually a financial return.
Yeah.
And then the other one being, I was thinking about it this morning. Subscribers don't matter, but if you want a lot of subscribers, do you know how to get them?
Just ask for them.
And post shorts.
For some reason, people subscribe to shorts. It's so weird.
You can get so many subs off of shorts.
I don't understand that.
When you see these channels with 1 million, 2 million, 6 million subscribers, and it's like their long form videos don't get any views. Oh, they posted shorts. That's how you get a lot of subscribers. You sent me, or you were showing me this one on Instagram, and she had a gold play button. You're like, how'd she get 1 million subscribers? And it's because she posted shorts. Yeah. Which I said that YouTube needs to make a skinnier gold little button.
To go for the shorts because the long format like that.
Like, so you know, like, oh, you got 1 million subscribers? That'd be like saying,
that's like saying, what shape it is.
It's like, yo, you got 1 million? Yeah, I got 1 million. In cash? Yep. 1 million pesos. You're like, oh.
It's not the same.
It's like 250K. It's like,
it's not the same.
Actually, no, it'd be less than that. It'd be like 50K. Now I got to do the conversion on this one.
I say I don't know the conversion.
I don't even know what the conversion
Look, I want to put my elbow down, but
rate is for pesos today. I don't know if we're ever going to go back to Mexico either.
I wanted to take the kid at one point, but not enough to actually go. Like, I've always wanted to go to Cabo, but also I don't really care about being surrounded by 18-year-old white chicks with daddy's money. And that's what I feel like Cabo is, so I don't really want to go. I think because of, what was that show a long time ago on MTV with all the white kids who were rich because of their parents and went to Cabo? The Hills.
Oh, okay.
The Hills.
I was going to say
Laguna Hills. Yeah, that. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 million in pesos is $57,679.50 in doll hairs.
Doll hairs.
So not as impressive, but it's still 1 million. But I think there needs to be some clarification as to where the million came from. But interestingly enough, I think people want to know the secret, not just to growing, like starting a YouTube channel and growing a YouTube channel, how much YouTube pays you, and how to get 1 million views in 2 weeks. You got to think 1 million views is going to pay really, really well, right?
Well, you got to also think, well, a lot of people don't realize that it's not like you get a specific pay from YouTube. It fluctuates tremendously.
Yeah, you're right. And
per video, per whatever.
And if you actually pay attention to some of the bigger channels out there that are on some of these creator podcasts, I think it was, I don't remember this dude's name. You got Jay Klaus, you got Colin and Samir, you got the editing podcast, you got John Uche, and they go deep dive into how much these folks make. But when they ask them, there's no simple answer.
Yeah.
And I think John Uche actually he gives them a whiteboard and a pie. And they go, how much money did you make last year? And they'll say, I made $2 million last year on YouTube or from YouTube.
From YouTube. That's the difference.
From YouTube.
From YouTube.
He goes, of the pie, how much came from AdSense?
And they're like, meep.
How much came from this? How much came from that?
Yeah. Sponsors.
So when you really, really get into it, the pay is not the same for everybody. The pay is not the same for every video. The pay is not the same for each video every day.
Yeah, it fluctuates there.
And it's not the same for your audience. And it's also not the end all be all and total number when you really sit down and think about it from the standpoint of, well, last year I made $10,000 in AdSense. Oh, okay. But I made it, another $390,000 from everything else because of YouTube.
Yeah. Like if you have a business and you're getting clients from your YouTube videos, or if you have sponsors who want to be in your YouTube videos, or if you're selling merchandise, or if you're selling courses, or so many different or and however you want to say that.
But additionally, with that comes, how do you make that happen? And it's something called an unfair advantage.
I was going to call it hard work, but we can go with that too.
Well, if you have an unfair advantage and you marry that to hard work, the end result is $5 million.
Here's the problem, calling it an unfair advantage.
The end result is $5 million.
Why is it an unfair advantage? Just because somebody else didn't get the same thing.
But someone else may have their own unfair advantage that you don't have.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the beauty of the platform, is because there's so many different variables and opportunities for differences in creativity that it doesn't just stop here.
Yeah.
So Ali Abdaal, he was on, I think, with Colin and Samir, might have been another podcast I was watching. And he says he has an unfair advantage. And essentially, and I made a video about this as well. If you want to be a basketball player and you want to make a lot of money as a basketball player and you are over 7 foot tall, you have an unfair advantage. Okay. Use that to your advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you tall people out there not playing basketball, you're wasting your advantage.
So we got a little article here from Medium, and it says how I use my unfair advantage to succeed as a content creator and how you can too. And Ali Abdaal, he is, honestly, I think this dude is amazing, and he doesn't hide the secrets. Yeah. He's giving you the answers, but it's like talking to the Oracle in the Matrix. She doesn't tell you what you want to hear. Yeah. But she tells you what you need to hear. Now, what you do with it from that point, if you listen, if you understand it, if you know how to use what she tells you to get what you want, that's how this works. Yeah. He can't just sit here. And even Mr. Beast, Jimmy Donaldson, I don't think could just sit there and tell you this is it. No. But they can tell you some things to get the ball rolling, and it's up to you to use the formula for which Ali Abdaal says is work plus luck plus unfair advantages equals success.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Got it.
Basically. And he also had on his Ali Abdaal's LinkedIn, he put up a post and it says, he even tells you, he tells you what his unfair advantages are. Okay. Number one, I was a Cambridge medical student, and so I could do the whole day in the life as a Cambridge medical student thing and get views from it. That was an unfair advantage.
That's not an unfair advantage. That's just an advantage.
But technically, it's unfair. Technically, all right, call it an advantage. Call it whatever you want.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to make light of it. But, it is an unfair advantage because there are countless other medical school students out there that didn't get into Cambridge.
Yeah.
Is it fair? Mm-hmm. It's hard work to get into these schools.
I was about to say, it sounds to me like he got an advantage because he worked his ass off. I wouldn't call that unfair. I would call that hard work, which is what I said, hard work.
You got to think, LeVar Ball getting drafted to the NBA. Was that an unfair advantage?
I don't know, because Dad sat there and ran his mouth for so long.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've never seen a father love a child more than that man loves his son's money. I'm just saying. The way he
his dad worked hard for his son to be rich so he can spend that money.
His sons, there's more than one. There's Melo, there's LeVar, there's another one, I think.
There are better athletes out there who lack the unfair advantage of having a parent like him to make that happen.
That's
you see what I'm saying?
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And number two is I could buy expensive camera gear to improve the quality of my videos because I'd started a semi-successful business called SixMed, and this was a huge head start compared to other YouTubers who wouldn't have been able to afford this. Question: what are your unfair advantages in whatever you're doing? That's it. That's all he's saying. That's it. He's laying it out there. He's putting it on the table.
All right, so then I guess I could say that my unfair advantage is the fact that I'm highly opinionated, whereas some people don't have opinions on anything.
It's interesting that you say that because some people purposely try to have an opinion that aligns with a particular demographic.
That's not having
an opinion.
And then
it doesn't translate.
Yeah, because that's not having an opinion. That's just
the host rejects it.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Exactly.
It doesn't work. Which is why sometimes my stuff does well and sometimes it doesn't, because you get my opinion whether you like it or not.
Ooh, now we're getting into a touchy subject here, because what's doing well and what's not doing well, because you and I have had this conversation many times over the last week or two.
That's true.
What is doing well? How do you define success? How do you define
you and
doing
I do
well?
It differently. I don't think my views are doing well. I think the like rate and the positive comments and the retention is doing well, because that's what matters most to me, is that people are enjoying what they're watching or hearing or whatever, that it's made them either think of things or happy or whatever at the end, and that they've liked the video and that they've watched it long enough to get the point of my personality or whatever I'm saying, if you will, versus, oh, I got 1 million views. I mean, it's cool I got 1 million views, but if out of 1 million views it has a 4% like rate and everybody's like, I hate you at the end of it, I don't want the views. I would much rather have happy people than 1 million views.
How do you manage the increased visibility through impressions and reach? Because you got to think, if you got 1 million views, how many impressions did you get?
Oh, probably 5 million.
Your click-through rate did stay pretty high on that one. Your click-through rate did stay pretty high on that one. So I'm going to say you probably might have got 6 million impressions. You might have got 6 million impressions.
But the better a video does view-wise, the more views it gets, the more hate I get in the comments. And the more people are, I just clicked on this to tell you how stupid you are. I just clicked on this to, right down the middle, 5.5. 5.4. Yeah.
5.4 million impressions thus far. And again, your click-through rate, that's what happened. So your click-through rate did stay pretty high for the first, but then it drops.
Yeah.
So that makes more sense.
Yeah.
And then it averages out to this number here. But it's still relatively high in comparison, because some people, I've seen their click-through rate literally almost hit 0 as YouTube just throws their video to everybody.
Yeah.
So how do you manage this exposure of great content, providing happy, fun entertainment and information and education and all the research that you do? Side note, your format and style is amazing, and your notes, I think, help when you do squirrel. And also, congratulations on, I think you picked up, I don't know how many members to the Patreon. Like, there's folks over there that are just, like, every few minutes my phone is going off that new members have joined and are commenting. You're replying to the comments. You're uploading videos over there. You have, I don't know if you're going to put another one today, maybe tomorrow.
tomorrow.
In response to some of the comments from the last video.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on. But when you get this extended reach and exposure, and you're trying to create what you love and enjoy, but the response from some of the trolls that inherently are going to view it because YouTube's sending it to everybody.
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
I'm getting better at it, though. I'm getting definitely better at it, because it used to be in the beginning when the trolls would jump in, I would have fight or flight, and I prefer to fight than flight. And so I would comment back. And I'm like, well, this isn't, I can't do this. So now over time I've gotten it's not flight, it's saving my sanity. I just delete or block from the channel, because opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, but some of them suck more than the rest, whatever. So I just get rid of people.
I tried to typically have no opinion or a good one in regard to YouTube. And if I don't like something, odds are I probably wouldn't have watched it to begin with. But if I do watch it, for instance, Kara and Nate, and yes, I'm with Kara. Yeah, we're tired of watching you ride this bicycle across the country. Yeah. But I'm not going to sit there and drop hate in the comments.
I would never. But again, my mom raised me right, and those people's parents didn't. So it is what it is.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. On that bombshell, this is SquirrelTribe, and this is how you get 1 million views in 2 weeks on YouTube. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Goodbye.
Bye.